Hello, my name is Kevin Muir and welcome to Kevin Cuts Class. Today I am back at Mt.Tabor Park and I'm going to take you for a brisk walk to the top via what we call the Grand Staircase. So here we go. That was a dog. I think the woman was wondering why I was taking a picture of her dog. Or perhaps she thought I was filming her, but actually I was filming her dog. Such a complicated world these days. In my family we call this the Grand Staircase because, as you will see, it is a staircase. And it's grand because it's log. It's a log. It's log. It's like this here. It's a log. No, it's long in our reckoning anyway, in our world. And it has these really nice design here for these new handrail. Pretty sweet, huh? New handrail for the Grand Staircase. Quite peaceful up here today. Not many people in the park. Yesterday I attempted this video and failed, partly because I decided to keep up with a couple of young people who were walking just ahead of me on the Grand Staircase here. And boy, that was a mistake. I was completely wiped out halfway up the staircase. And they weren't even breaking a sweat, I know that for a fact. So I'm going to take it a little more easy today. See if I can do this without completely, killing myself halfway up.
Getting the shots in focus.
Yeah. Started figuring it out.
So you actually moved your stuff down there? And
Yeah, well, I'd actually moved into a spot with Dallas, a shop space, which was kind of temporary in Portland.
Oh, Portland.
Yeah, and the same building that even
All right, we're about halfway up the mountain now. And still the Grand Staircase continues. Ain't it grand? Hello. All right. Coming up on a point of interest. Alright, so here on the right, we see what looks like a nondescript slab of concrete here, asphalt. This is a covered reservoir normally, but on weekend evenings, Fridays and Saturday evenings, I believe there's a drumming circle that congregates here. And this is for the percussively inclined young people of our city. They sit here and they bring their percussion instruments and they make beautiful, beautiful music at night. I've never actually heard it. I'm rarely ever here after dark. Not that it's dangerous, but you know, I'm older than 30, which means I'm home safely in my living room by 6 p.m. year-round, which is not actually true, but you know, that's the idea. So anyway, when you're here in Portland, looking for something to do on a Friday night, you can come to the drumming circle at Mt.Tabor Park. Let's continue. Just about at the top. There are a number of roads on this mountain that are closed to car traffic, which is really nice because you can walk around, ride your bike, and know that you're not going to get cut down by a crazy motorist going through the park here.
Sorry, no marijuana.
That man just said the word marijuana. Now I'm really embarrassed. Alright, so here we are at the top, and this is one of those roads closed off to car traffic, goes in a circle, and so people, bicyclists and runners, like to ride their bike up here, just absolutely wipe themselves out riding their bike. And then what do you guess they do when they get to the top? They ride more in circles rather than stopping and taking a break as any normal, sane person might do. Though I have to admit, I've ridden my bike up here and gone in a few circles, but I always stop and take a break because it's the civilized, sane thing to do after riding up the endless hill. And this is the top of Mt.Tabor Park. Curious point is that the crater is off to the side. It's in the park, but off to the side, and it is at a considerably lower elevation than we are right here. So there's some kind of geologic story at work. I wouldn't know what that's about. So here we are at the top, and people love to come up here and sit and look out over all of Portland. You can see, let's see what we can find here today. Yeah, pretty cloudy and stormy. Well, not stormy exactly, just cloudy. You can see downtown a bit from here through the clouds. And on a clear day, the view is stunning. on a clear day, it's just magnificent. So I invite you now to, this is what we do at work. This is all the rage, to do a mindful minute. This is what we do now. We take a mindful minute and we are mindful of, we're full of our mind, I guess. That's what mindful means. So we are full of our mind for a minute in which we are directed to astrally project ourselves to Hawaii or, I don't know where, some place wherever we're not. So I want you to take a mindful minute right now and imagine what this place looks like, what this view looks like on a clear day, and just how stunning and amazing it really is. All right, actually you can see this view on a clear day in my other Mt.Tabor video. And today it's cloudy, so that's what you get in Portland sometimes, cloudy and rainy. Well, not as much as we have a reputation for, I think. Okay, so here we are. Oh, I know. There's one more thing. There's one more thing that I want to show you before we finish. We'll just take a walk through this central strip again. Just imagine on a summer day, this place is just filled with people playing frisbee and music and juggling. Actually, I'd rather enjoy it on this day. Not too many people up here, not crowded at all. Okay. Coming up on some current events for 2011. We'll see, coming up here in the distance, there's a pedestal. Is curiously devoid of anything to talk about yet. This was the resting spot of the likeness of Harvey Scott. Harvey Scott, he's not there anymore. He went on vacation without pay, I think. So Harvey Scott was the owner of the Oregonian newspaper for a time out of mind, a long, long time ago. And so whatever his agenda was, he was able to push it through the Oregonian newspaper as the editor and writer and every boss. He was not, by all accounts, by my understanding, he was not a nice fellow. He was against progress. Basically, he was against anybody who was not male, old, rich, and white, like he was. And if there was some kind of right that extended to anyone outside of that select group of people, then he was probably not for it. So here is the really fine pedestal. We still have, they didn't pull down the pedestal, they just pulled down the statue, leaving the pedestal slightly effaced, but we can still appreciate the pedestal here. Harvey Scott, 1838 to 1910. Molder, yes, molder of opinion and in Oregon and in the nation. Okay, so that's the story of Harvey Scott, but here's the rest of the story. He had a sister named Abigail Scott Duniway, who also lived in these parts, and she too was a writer, and she too got her opinions out there through her writing. And she was the precise opposite of her brother, in that she was progressive, she was for the rights of what you might call regular common people, women's rights in particular, schools, education, children's welfare, this sort of thing. She did not have much money. She had a rather hard life in lots of ways, and that difficulty, the difficulty of her life surely would have been a little easier if she had more money. I'm sure of that. But anyway, her brother was vastly wealthy and just a real jerk, and she was underpaid, scrabbling for money all of her life, though she was pretty well known as a writer. So my thought is that we need to put a statue of Abigail Scott Duniway on this pedestal, which already has the word Scott on it, so we wouldn't have to just add Duniway and Abigail and Duniway to get Abigail Scott Duniway. So there you go. That's the story of Harvey W. Scott and Abigail Scott Duniway. Take a final look around here. And all right. So this is a glance at Mt.Tabor on a February afternoon when it's cold and wet and still absolutely irresistible to come up to. All the more so because there aren't that many people today. It's very peaceful and calm and has a certain misty tranquility to it that is typical of Northwest Oregon. Okay, when you're in Portland next and want to kill some time, not just kill some time, but live it richly, come on up to Mt.Tabor Park. You won't regret it. This is Kevin for Kevin Cuts Class, out.